night, the city lights are dancing, slowly falling apart. The shadows causing an outbreak. I'm wishing upon a star. This time I'm feeling stronger, and I know I can do better. The shadows causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the lights on. Open your eyes and see the people chant.
All right, folks, welcome. Happy Wednesday to everybody in the chat. We are kicking it off tonight with a continuation of our finals. We got the master final tonight starting here soon with the Imperators from the Sovereign versus Andromeda from the Cosmos. And then right after, TBD versus TBD. We don't know what's going to happen yet in the prospect here. It's always crazy down there. But if you don't already know or recognize me by my voice, I am BulletNote casting here alongside K-Vox. K-Vox, how you doing tonight?
Always a great night to watch some good Rocket League, especially with everything that's been going on. LCQ has been insane. We've got the ENC going on. There's been some national team action tonight that's been very fun to watch. Canada versus the US just played, which was an incredible match in my opinion. And of course, there's a little obscure thing called the let me check my notes. FIFA World Cup. Don't know if anyone's heard of that, but
Never
I
heard
hear that's a pretty good show.
There's a little bit of a shake-up today too. I think Spain knocked out France, right? And
Yeah.
I think that was kind of an upset. So crazy game too. I think a lot of my coworkers were either really happy or really unhappy with that one. But that's FIFA, that's World Cup. We're here for RSC, the arguably more entertaining, more exciting of the two. And
Beg your
then, of
pardon.
course, in the booth, in the booth behind the scenes, Russ producing for us as always. But let's get right into it. Let's take a look at these guys lining up on the field. The Imperators from the Sovereign versus Andromeda from the Cosmos. Let's look at these team stats. Now, you might be thinking number one versus number two. What's it going to be? Kind of tight. They tied each other in match day 7. And they're one win off from each other, 40-20 versus 39-21. But look at the stat line here. Andromeda, despite being the number 2 seed, might be coming up from behind here with a stronger team. What do you think?
What I'm seeing is a much more aggressive team from Andromeda. I mean, look at that shot total. Look at the goals scored. A much higher shot percentage. And what we've been seeing from another franchise, Dwarf Haven, their teams across their franchise has been that high pressing, high aggression, and good ball movement have been incredibly powerful in this league. So Imperators are going to have to keep the shield wall up and hope they can hold on, especially because it feels like almost every stat here, Andromeda are higher than them.
Yeah, and it's really interesting that you say that too, because the one stat that's not shown on this that I always like to talk about, the last 5. Andromeda 12 and 8, plenty respectable in their own right, but Imperators 17 and 3 in their last 5 matches, or last 5 games, which again, outstanding stat that does sort of
Oh, yes.
tilt the scale in the Imperators way a little bit. But speaking of Imperators, let's take a look at them. Let's get them up on the screen. Let's see who we got on the field tonight. It's going to be a good time for us. We got taLz, Doggo, Flippa, and Luminati all lining up here. All of them looking respectable in their own right. taLz, 55 games, 55 goals, 162 shots. This guy throws the ball towards the net. Doggo, likewise, 50, 38, and 156 themselves. And then closing it out, Flippa, 37 games, 36 goals, almost matching that 1-to-1 ratio that taLz has, and a 31 shot percentage too. All really strong individuals. Haven't seen too much of their gameplay this season, but just looking at stat lines, I think we're going to see a really balanced rotation amongst the three of them. And then if Luminati's coming in to fill things out too, a strong shooter in their own right.
I hope so, because when you look at taLz, I don't know why I called him stalls, because look at those saves. He's gonna try to stall Andromeda out. That's why. But he's been playing very hard on both ends of the pitch, as you can see from his stat line, and that can be very impressive, very important, very big contribution to your team, but it can also be exhausting. I want to see how well Doggo and Flippa can keep the load off him, especially because Andromeda will have an easy pick here, an easy first answer of overloading taLz, who seems to be the best man on the pitch for Imperators right now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You're 100% right. And taLz is going to have to put in work, show why he's got those 90 saves as he goes up against Andromeda. Let's get Andromeda up here and see who's lining up on the other side of the pitch as they get going. From the Cosmos, we've got Dyloh, Eli, Pillow, and Dyloh again. I don't know why he's on there twice, but we love to see it. And then DJDancingDuckGif, which might be a second place for my best username outside of Bean Bornito, who's down in the AMI League.
I'm
But
just calling him DJ if we see
yeah,
him.
that's work.
That's too
I'll probably
much.
call him Dancing Dutch or something. Just the whole name every time. Lining up there, you got Dyloh. I'm gonna butcher this the entire
Dyloh.
night. Dyloh. We'll just go with Dyloh. Thank you. 60 games, 66 goals, 191 shots, and then not too far behind taLz with 86 saves themselves. Eli 56, 61, 179, Pillow 44, 37, 126. Another really balanced roster. It's going to be really interesting to see. Normally, we've seen a couple matchups where you've got a team that has a bit of a 1-2 playstyle rotation against another solid 1-2-3 rotation, like we just talked about with the Imperators. It's going to be interesting to see two teams that we're anticipating having really solid rotations, not a lot of gaps in their defense. So it's going to come down to who's the most accurate, who gets the team play set up, and who can disrupt the defense the best. Going to be interesting. Whichever team is able to put those three together is going to probably be walking away with a victory here.
Yeah, that is exactly what we're looking forward to. And of course, what I have an eye on is that DJ Dancing Duck GIF, who, thank you for making me say that. I'll see if I can say that 10 times fast. A three-time champion in RSC from the notes we got before coming into the booth tonight. So that is somebody with a lot of high-level experience who's been in these high-pressure situations before and is going to be very, very comfortable tonight. And that kind of comfort is important, especially when you're against a team that's on the kind of tear you were just saying Imperators are on.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like we said, 17-3 in their last five, looking to leave it all on the field tonight. Before we get them going, we got to do our predictions. K-Vox, what you got lining up tonight?
I am not a betting man for a reason, but I honestly think Andromeda are going to need to strike hard and fast and take that first game, or at the very least, the first few goals, because what they need to do immediately is break that momentum. Because when you have a team that's been having such good momentum as Imperators have over their last five, you need to immediately snap that sense of responsibility, that sense
Yeah.
of invincibility. You need to make them see that they can bleed and have them get into their own heads a bit. You can't let them find a good rhythm.
No, I agree with you 100%. If Andromeda doesn't get on the gas right away in this matchup, Imperators are going to outlast them. And I have a sneaking feeling that's how they've managed to maintain that 17-3 across their last five, is just by outlasting their opponent, getting the extra goal in and getting those wins. But enough about that. Let's get into the action. I'm going to say go, go, go in the chat. Looks like we've got everybody in. We're getting lined up. It's the Masters finals, the cream of the crop, the tip top lining up. And
Well, that's Premier.
well, yeah, but I'm here. You're here.
True,
And they're
true.
here. So we're going to call it what it is. Lining up, here we go. Getting into the action. Flippa going up against DJs. They line up, hit the shot. It goes wide to the corner. Doggo already getting hands on it. Immediate 50 from Dancing Duck with no boost as he throws it back to the corner. taLz going up again, tries to bang it out. It drops mid. A bang out comes, and that's going towards the net. No boost save from DJ. Immediately getting 50 points, installing that action, and immediately the pressure's right back on. And wow, what an exciting 15 seconds already.
Hard to believe it's only been 15 seconds as taLz strikes immediately, gets first blood. We are not even a full 30 seconds in yet. Doggo plays it off the wall, and look how you see the defenders go on. Eli actually takes the wrong turn to face the ball. That goes over him, and that's what gives taLz the open lane there, and that's the exact kind of play I was expecting to see from Andromedas. So right now, we're right back in the territory where I said at the very start of this, they need to stop Imperators from building up too much momentum and playing too comfortably.
Yeah, exactly right. And it's those small mistakes that you just described that are going to be the game maker and the key difference here in these two teams. When you're at this level of gameplay, the slightest mistouch, the slightest angle, the slightest bump, as we just saw an attempt to go across the net there and a demo coming out, is going to be what sets up an open net like we have right here. Eli going in, gets it off the 50. And just as soon as they got down, they get right back up and in the action, getting a beautiful touch here. A mistouch by Flippa is going to go far and wide, and then Eli just knocks that right in.
You can see that taLz was not prepared for that ball to be stripped off Flippa too, because he's coming in directly towards goal with no boost as the shot goes in. There was nobody in place in case that play goes wrong. And a key part of Rocket League, as you see from Dyloh knocking it home in, is you need somebody behind you in case your play goes wrong.
Yeah, no, 100%. And taLz thought he had a good disruption getting Eli bumped out, but nobody else went back to third. They weren't able to get the rotation around fast enough, and that left that net open, like you were saying.
Incredibly action-packed first game, as we are not even quite a minute in. Kickoff gets us there to 3:59. Doggo circling back. That goes high. Eli's searching for it. A defender gets bumped away. Flippa tries to get it, loses the ball. Eli goes hunting for it again. Weak first touch. Opens the net. That's in. taLz.
taLz getting a beautiful play off the crossbar. You should have expected it this tier, but what a beautiful crossbar read from taLz off the side post and then gets it right in front of Dancing Duck, who's not able to get it to it in time. Tying
a lot of that
up.
was. Oh, I'm so sorry. A lot of that was the weak boost management because Eli just did not have enough boost to hit that with any power. So we had a very weak, awkward first touch that effectively carried it straight down in front of taLz's car. We can't really get away with that at this level, especially with how fast-paced the Imperators are playing right now.
Yeah, no, 100%. And, you know, despite how fast-paced the Imperators are playing, Andromeda has struck back just as equally fast, too. We're just about 2 minutes into this game. We're all tied up, and right now the battle's at the midfield, and it seems like what's going to come down to is who can control the midfield to establish the pressure and the offensive momentum that they need to make the scoring opportunity. As you see the ball go to the corner here, Flippa sending a pass down. Oh no, that pass was probably meant for taLz, and taLz just gets sent back to the spawn screen. Immediately has to get on the defense, gets a beautiful 50 off DJ, gives it enough time to get it clear again. And just really awesome to see both teams coming out here swinging hard in game one, trying to get that momentum established as they see the ball just go back and forth right now.
What we're seeing a lot of is both teams trying to disrupt the second man. They're both seeing where the opposing first man is setting up the ball for a follow-up into a shot or into a favorable pitch position, and you're seeing a lot of bumps, a lot of demos, a lot of intercepting the second man at the point of contact or before they can properly set up. That is incredibly good. I want to say offensive defense, proactive defense that's actively stripping away the chance to perform an attack. Look at how this ball goes wide. Eli's going for it. Doggo strips it away from him, and that's the kind of touch disruption I was talking about.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. Proactive defense is going to be the name of the game here to disrupt the momentum, because you give these guys an inch and they're going to take a mile trying to set things up. You see Flipper trying to throw it down. Dyloh's there to get the touch. Has to immediately dodge a demo in the corner, and that just leaves the ball open. They're going to try and get an opportunity here. Dyloh already seeing the touch, gets the defensive breakaway that he needs, and the ball bounces out to the corner now, and we're kind of stalled a little bit. They're not able to make that offensive push as the ball heads towards the blue side of the field.
I'm seeing some questionable judgment on boost, so you're seeing a lot of players pausing atop the big boost pads and waiting for that regeneration instead of gathering boost off the smaller pads, and that is going to rob your team of momentum at key points. The time is whittling down. We're under 90 seconds left in this now, and Dancing Duck is already low on boost, manages to get some. Dyloh strips a ball away, sets it up for the keeper, goes up after it. Awkward wall touch, it's bounced away, gets the demo on the wall, sets it up for Eli, who sets it back up, loses it. That's a breakaway from taLz. Can he get that ball in scoring range? No, he cannot.
Crazy set of action there, and just like you were saying, that boost management and then also the waiting on the regeneration is something we've seen from every team in every tier that's been on stream, that's just been in the league in general. It's been a really interesting shakeup in the dynamic of Rocket League, where you have, I'm going to pause here just in case there's a scoring opportunity there. Flipper getting a beautiful save off the corner there. But what I was saying was, you have these situations in Rocket League where momentum and rotation and fluidity is so important, and then it's disrupted by this new mechanic of being able to sort of anticipate where the big boost is going to spawn. And how teams manage that, if the teams can read it and keep the fluidity, that's what's going to help them. Otherwise, like you said, they're getting a little bit off rotation, waiting for those plays, waiting for that boost to spawn.
Yeah, and it is absolutely slowing them down. You're seeing where space is widening in both teams' favor because people are waiting for boosts they don't have. Eli goes up for it, tries to get the goal mouth shot. The defenders are drawn away. Dancing Duck hammers it in, does a boogie all over him, and that was all because of Eli's first touch there. It drew the defenders away and left that lane wide open.
Yeah, and that's probably the easiest touch they're going to get all series here. Unfortunately, you had 2 people front post, not enough people back post on it. Never mind, that one might be a 50. Unfortunately, just barely goes the wrong direction. Doesn't get the angle that they want.
Wow.
And now what could have been a potential quick score to tie things up is looking like damn near insurmountable with 5 seconds left against teams of this caliber.
2 kickoffs in 5 seconds. I've seen it before, but it's darn unlikely, especially when you're playing kickoffs like that. Flipper gets it sent airborne, but Eli's there immediately to spike it down. That's going up a little. Flipper carries it towards the wall. Not enough height or power, and Andromeda takes the first game. And just like we were talking about, BulletNote, this is incredibly important for Andromeda because it snaps the momentum a bit. It reminds the Imperators that they're mortal and forces them to take their foot off the gas a little.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right, and it's going to be interesting to see how the Imperators respond to that. First game, seeing each other sized up. Like we said, they tied each other in match day 7, so we know these two teams are damn near equal, as we saw in the stat line too. Pretty close in just about everything. One win sets them apart across the entire season. That's one win over 60 games. Like that is a slim percentage. And a couple gimme goals off a miscue from the Imperators and a weird 50, and this could have been overtime.
Yeah, this is the kind of game where you're actually sad to see that one team's going to have to win. You kind of almost want them to get another draw, but we're here in the finals. They can't do that. Another regular season matchup, we could have gotten away with that, but someone's going to have to go home crying tonight.
Yeah, and it is a best of 7, so there's no 2-2 happening tonight between these two teams. We get into kickoff number 2 of the night. Going off to the corner here. Eli going up, gets met by Flipper. Flipper wins it overall, and a beautiful touch cut comes off the crossbar. They don't get the scoring opportunity. Doggo is going to be wanting to take that one back as taLz comes in to try and help his teammates out. Gets a beautiful touch, a bump, a play, a knockout, and it's going to go wide as Dyloh throws that off to the corner, looking to have a counterattack here as Andromeda tries to set up a shot. All the boost gets burned. It goes to the corner and hits the crossbar again. That ting is going to haunt both teams. They're not able to get the touch they want as it comes back down to the corner again. A beautiful read by Doggo. Doggo's been all over this ball tonight too. He's been doing a great job.
I mean, he is a dog, and dogs like chasing balls. taLz goes for it, sends it upward. That's going straight along the wall. It's cleared again. No one in range for it. That's trying to turn into a shot. Eli goes up for it, can't get it. That is going the other way. Dyloh reaches it, sends it to Eli. Carries it down pitch. Dancing Duck is not Eli, and that is a shot. It's a save. It could be a breakaway, but Dyloh stops it.
That was a crazy stop by Dyloh, and if Dancing Duck was just a little bit better oriented, he was going to get the redirect and throw that one in, and nobody was going to be there to stop him. They get the pinch off Flippa. It goes wide, gets knocked down, unfortunately, and the ball is bouncing free. And almost a breakaway, Doggo has to grab the boost in the corner, gets beat to it by Eli, and is left in the air with no boost. Their teammates kind of scrambling a little bit. Andromeda looking a little bit feisty here on the defense. They got to settle down and get that broken away before they get these awkward rotations coming in. Doggo going to be looking to punish them for those mistakes. He tries to get the setup, doesn't quite get knocked down as Dancing Duck throws it away, but off the bar, it's going to go in. Doggo comes back for the other touch.
That was fantastic from Doggo. He loses the ball here to Dancing Duck, and that's sent back towards him. A lucky bounce, and all three defenders were drawn towards his teammate. And that is just beautiful ball movement to create an opening here.
Yeah, and it was the start of that happened about 20 seconds ago when they got a little bit topsy-turvy on defense, right? Once you break out of that rotation, if that rotation doesn't get reset fast enough, you're going to just kind of get lost in a scramble like we saw there. Flipper set coming out of Eli's. He tries to throw it on the net. DJ Dancing Duck going up with no boost, faking them out on the ceiling, making them burn their own boost to get across, and it's going to bounce out. Doggo gets a beautiful pinch midfield. He's going to be looking for a teammate. Teammate goes up, gets a 50 taLz in the corner with nothing else, and you can see Imperators really trying to get that offensive momentum going again. They're burning their boost at every opportunity, trying to get that ball pushed forward, but Andromeda's got a really good bend don't break after that first goal, and they haven't been able to really break through.
Yeah, but it's only been a few seconds, my friend. We have to give him some time. Rocket League's an incredibly fast sport, but I want to see them sharpen up their rotations a bit, and as counterintuitive as it sounds, maybe slow down a little. That's what creates this shot from Dancing Duck here, because they're not getting in each other's way.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right, and you saw Andromeda just a little bit awkward there, setting it up for Dyloh to go ahead and knock it in. They caused some awkwardness in the corner where you had about 4 people trying to get out of the same corner, and that's what opened up that opportunity into a little bit of a 1v1. Almost a kickoff goal. Flippa gets the bump, sends the guy all the way back into the other side of the net. DancingDuckGif gets the fake out, leaves it for Eli. Eli and Dyloh going to be trying to set something up here. Off the ceiling, you can see everybody going up. taLz with a risky knockdown. It works out for them. Flippa now coming in for a solo play, tries to dribble it across the field, gets knocked down by Dancing Duck.
Oh, that was long. Sorry.
No, you're good. Get it in.
Didn't even get a chance to. Sends it in. Doggo with a fantastic aerial pass here. Plays it off the wall. He knows it's going to bump up high, and you can see how none of the defenders read the curve of it right because of that little slope on that corner wall.
Let's talk about that touch from Doggo. I'm all for like celebrating the shot callers and the ones that knock it in, but the setup from Doggo was absolutely insane there.
It was. Setup is 99% of this. You're seeing a lot of goals from both teams where somebody's just dropping it in somebody else's path or setting up the ball to fall in front of somebody's bumper. And you're not really seeing these 1v3 Kobe style ISO plays so much. I really love how the team ball movement has been coming back in vogue in Rocket League.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You can definitely see it in some of the more recent RLCS matches that we've seen as well. And then you've seen it in this league as well. Team comp and team chemistry is a little bit more important than just finding your star players. Now, you build a team of star players, and then you get the best of both worlds. We're seeing just about damn near perfection here as both these teams try and make something work. Eli getting sent back to the spawn screen as Flippa tried to get that zone cleared out for his team, but Flippa's already back again. Gets demoed in kind, a double demo. Dancing Duck sending 2 players back, setting up almost a perfect goal opportunity, but they weren't able to capitalize on it.
Doggo's been very good at manipulating the wall and the post and the crossbar there, because earlier it was a little pass now. He actually pinches the ball off the crossbar to stop it from dropping into shooting the territory. Dancing Duck gets the long clear. A teammate lands in control of it right in front of Doggo. Doggo swats it away yet again with Doggo's ball control. Straight down to taLz, who has to circle away from the play. Dyloh comes up for it. Gets a demo for his trouble. Doggo's hunting it again. Misses it. That's going to taLz. taLz gets the long boom. And something I'm a little worried about with both of these teams, BulletNote, is those long clears. Sometimes just yeeting it as far away as possible is the call to make. But I'd like to see a little more control on the ball with these first touches.
Yeah, it's going to be scary here. We got 10, 7, 6 seconds left as they're all trying to make a play here. Like you said, just trying to bang that ball away and not get something set up. Might try and take one for the road. They're going to knock it down. Imperators going to get away with it. Unfortunately, Andromeda not quite able to rally around that last second push and get it in. But like you said, you got to be careful with possession here when you're throwing away the ball like that. 20 seconds is plenty of time at this tier level for a difference
It is.
maker to come in, for a playmaker to come in.
Yeah, one of my favorite matches of high level Rocket League I've seen recently in 2026 was back, I think in like late April, the Paris Open split, the Open Qual split. It's APAC, it's TSM versus Kinotrope. Hand to God, they score like 6 goals in the final 30 seconds or so. That's the kind of thing that can happen in Rocket League.
Yeah, yeah. And anything else can happen now as we're tied up 1-1 going into game number 3. Eli lining up against taLz as they try to get the kickoff going their direction. Flippa is going to chase it down into the corner. Dyloh's going to try and meet them, try and fake them out on the touch, go for a carry now, pick up the 100 and go try to make a solo play. taLz immediately back on the action, but Eli coming in to carry the ball forward. Going to throw it to the corner, looking for a pass to his teammate. His teammate's up for the drop down, and Dyloh's there to keep the pressure. And this is the composure that we wanted to see from Andromeda as they try to get something going here on the offense. A shot goes just barely wide, and taLz knocks it away for an easy 50 points, but Eli's right back to throw it in again, reading it, gets a flip, gets 1, gets 2 off the crossbar, and in the net is Dyloh, knocking it down after pulling out the last defender on a slow touch right after a crazy pass play by Eli.
Great passing play by Eli here. Dyloh gets a wonderful silver platter of a goal right down the middle. You have to wonder where the third defender was, because you should not be in a position where 2 people go after the ball like that and there's nobody backing them up in case they get outplayed.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Beautiful 50s coming out of Andromeda now, too, as they try to keep the offensive pressure. They almost got a kickoff goal, too, but it was the kickoff, the guy kicking off that knocked the other guy off the rocker, and they weren't able to get that play out. Dyloh now looking to make up for it, tries to get a carry, goes for a flick. Wow! And what a touchback, too. Dancing Duck gets the points for it, but all the style was with Dyloh there.
That is so creative. The dribble creates the scoring threat. Flippa thinks that's the main attack, and he actually sees that and intentionally flicks it off the crossbar. What coordination. Just great team play.
Really great team play, and Eli already getting another touch on the ball, going off the ceiling, trying to get one, doesn't get the flipper set that he wants, and that's going to go back to the corner. Dyloh's there again, setting up for Dancing Duck. Oh, so close. Dancing Duck definitely wished he got that one back. That would have been an easy goal for them to get that skim off the side. Dancing Duck going up, trying to get another one, fakes it down for his teammate, leaves it for Dyloh, who's going to carry it away off to the corner. taLz in the corner now, trying to get the redirect going, doesn't quite get the play off the wall. Imperators, this is exactly what you said earlier at the start of the series, K-Vox. The Imperators have not had a chance this game to set offensive momentum. And look at where they are.
Yeah, a lot of them are pinned down by goalmouth, or at least in defensive third, and they have very little boost or momentum to turn this into a sustained attack, and taLz gets an own goal for his trouble.
Beautiful play there by Eli, coming off the ceiling. Probably was looking for a pass, but took the opportunity and threw it high into the ceiling to get the angle that he needed. And taLz just caught in a little bit of an awkward zone. Weren't able to make it back. 3-0. Just over 2 minutes have passed, and plenty of game left, but we're not really not seeing anything from Imperators yet.
I mean, don't jinx it. There's plenty of room. We see Styles with the corner boost robbery here. Plays it towards midfield, looking for Doggo. Doggo gets it high. A little too high, a little too soft. Dancing Duck has it ready. Dyloh's waiting for the ball, waiting to see what happens. He's on back post. Comes up towards midfield. taLz is waiting for Flippa to drop it. It's not drop. He goes up. He pre-jumps a little for it. Is brought back down, pinches it a little. Doggo gets the challenge, loses, wins the first 50, wins the second one, but it's straight back to Dyloh. This reminds me of what I was talking about last game, Bullet, with the long clears.
Yeah, no, 100%. And you set that ball away, you throw that possession away, you're just inviting the other team to try and get something set up. As you see, up until now, that was about a solid minute and a half of possession from the orange side that was just keeping the ball on the Imperators side of the field. Dancing Duck coming in flying, trying to make a play here, sets it up, and awkwardness from Imperators. He's got people lined up in the same zone. A bounce sets that ball away, has to stall Flippa out as they're not able to make a play. Tries to get the double set off the corner, doesn't quite go, and Dyloh bangs it out away. a good example of a positive clear just to kill some more time. They got 2
Yeah.
minutes left. They're up 3 goals. They've got to be trying to get that ball out of the Imperators' hands as you see them come in again. Just killing clock time here, trying to make something happen. But taLz is going to break it away, get it up and over, and Flippa's going to come up and try and send it back for their teammate. Doggo almost got demoed there. You saw Dancing Duck come in for that play. Sends it off to the corner again. Flippa tries to go get the 50. It bounces mid. They're both going up, and he gets beat. And that's not what you want to see for the Imperators if you're trying to get them going here, try and get something going as that ball bangs out again.
Another long clear straight to Andromeda. It feels to break apart for Imperators a bit. You saw that shield wall iconography in their franchise logo, but it's not really there in reality. The shields are breaking a bit. Nobody's got the spears. Ah! Flippa so close, and so is Doggo, so is taLz. Bumped out of the way. Dyloh comes up for the ball. He's got a long clear into a fake musty flick carry. Loses the ball to Flippa. That's long and clear. Doggo has to circle back for it. Awkward spot. taLz also in a bad spot for it. Hunts the corner. Eli clears it up for his teammate. Loses the ball again. Dyloh's circling back now. And few good things happen in the corner like this, especially when you're running so low on time. Everyone is very awkwardly trying to bump that ball out to somewhere where a teammate can attack it, but you can see it's just not working out.
Yeah, and there was a scoring opportunity there where almost, I think, everybody on Andromeda's side of the field was front post with no boost. They just didn't get the right touch to throw that ball around. You can see taLz here try and carry it out, buy some space. They burned so much time in that corner, and to walk away without a goal for it is just disheartening here.
I think sometimes you need to know when not to attack, when you need to back off a bit, run back on defense, wait for another opportunity to manifest, because look at this pinch here. That is the kind of thing that actually would have worked pretty well. The flip resets straight into the pitch. Might as well end the game with a little flair, right? But when you're spending that much time with awkward low power clear attempts to fish the ball out of one corner and get a bit of a lacrosse or hockey scrum going, like you said, you're burning so much time in such a fast game.
Yeah, no, you absolutely are. And we're 3 games now into this series, and Andromeda has just taken the lead. We're going to see if Imperators can fight back and make this a full 7-game series. Both teams have had a good look at each other right now. I imagine we're going to see some smarter plays come out, maybe a little more risks taken if they can read it right. But right now, Andromeda, kind of like we said, pulling away here with that bend don't break. They figured out early they could shut down the offensive pressure from the Imperators and kind of do what they need to do with the ball. And that's exactly what we saw here in game 3.
Exactly the thing we saw, and I'm liking the composure from both Dyloh and Dancing Duck here. They're both players who've been in this position before. I was casting Dyloh in a grand final over in CSA a while back, I believe, and these are just very good players. Obviously, they're all good players at this level. No one is bad. This, we don't have bronzes hanging out in RSC, but this is really showing how comfortable they are in these situations and that they did not come into tonight intimidated.
No, 100%. You absolutely know that both these teams are playing at their peak, trying to get things going. They've made it to the finals. They've fought these teams before. Everybody's kind of familiar with each other. So it's ultimately going to come down to who's able to make the plays, who's able to capitalize on the mistakes, and who can keep the team synergy across. You see Doggo get demoed all the way back deep in net, and that's going to open it up for Dancing Duck. A crossbar hit, unfortunately, on an open net. The hardest net to score in Rocket League, as everybody knows. And that's going to bounce out. Imperators looking to try and keep the pressure as you see Doggo come back in from the spawn screen and immediately try and make a play in the corner. That ball's going to bounce free. They have to carry it over. taLz has to get the pressure on early despite the bounce not quite going where he wants it. And it gets bounced out to the corner again. Eli coming in, Dancing Duck coming in. All of the team in that same zone. A dangerous position for them. Dyloh with no boost or with full boost has to go back and play third man. And you can see that ball's already floating back over towards the orange side of the net.
Yeah, that was a bit of an attempted back pass that works out because Dancing Duck lands in control of it. Ball up the wall down to a teammate. Dancing Duck tries to clear taLz out of the way. taLz gets a lucky jump on it, or maybe he heard the engine roar for all I know. Dyloh goes for it. Another long clear that's meant for taLz. taLz redirect. It's off the top. The shot is foiled before it even happens.
And Flippa pulling off a demo on their way back, enough to sort of relieve some of that pressure, give their teammates time to breathe a little bit. Not too much though. That ball's bouncing out to the corner. Doggo bangs it out, and Dancing Duck's going to send it right back. Looking for a teammate, gets not quite the angle that he wants. Bounces out to the corner, but they keep the pressure, and that's going to float off and almost in. What a save by Doggo, coming up and hitting it with the roof of his car. Gets the 50 points and keeps the Imperators' hopes alive in this game, as we're 0-0. A stark difference from the previous matches where we've probably had a couple goals already. 0-0 and almost 2 minutes have passed.
Oh, I know it just happened, and a couple seconds ago it's Eternity in Rocket League, but I love that sequence there. taLz catches the ball because he's been shadowing, but he shadows it a little too long and immediately gets demoed for his trouble. This is what we were talking about a couple games ago, about disrupting the second man and the intermediate touch. Both teams, especially Andromeda, are very good at predicting where that ball is going to go, who the recipient is supposed to be, and stopping the recipient from doing anything about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you see an awkward touch here. Thankfully, nobody else in the zone. Flippa immediately going into a 50 situation, gets it around one, tries to set it up again, tries to go off the ground, but is read by Dancing Duck, and that's going to get sent off the bar again. Eli there to bang it away. Eli getting a great bang, but it's immediately returned and almost in, but Dyloh's there to clear it. And that, I was just about to say, it's really kind of unfortunate. They've been getting some good touches. They've been getting good disruptions. They're just unfortunately throwing the ball just a little bit too far away. Almost a Cookser pinch for the goal. Gets knocked away, and Flippa's able to come back and knock it away, though. That would have been I would have gone crazy. I would have absolutely lost it.
Good coordination there just now with DJ and Eli too, because you see Eli actually peel away so he doesn't get in the way of the save attempt. We're seeing the comms sharpen up. The first game or two, it seemed like Andromeda were bumping into each other. They were having to break off plays to avoid hitting each other. They were getting each other's rotations a bit, and that seems to really be sharpening up. That seems to be, the spacing is improving.
Yeah, well, and also the teams are starting to respect each other a little bit more. You see a lot more reading on the touches. You see them not giving each other time. A huge bump comes out for taLz. Just as I was saying there, they're not giving each other time to set things up because they've seen each other win when they've been given time and opportunities with the ball. A huge demo midair almost creates a scoring opportunity, but Eli's there with no boost, getting a solo play, goes for a flip percent of 50. It's bouncing in. Can they get it in time? Dancing Duck finishes it off.
What a fantastic finish from Dancing Duck. He reads this showdown between Eli and taLz, and the demo comes in, takes out Eli. He knows that that's getting saved if he doesn't come in, and that nobody can see him from that camera angle because everyone has ball cam on.
Yeah, smoke screens have been absolutely huge in helping to disrupt some of that defensive play. If you can't see the ball, you can't save the ball. And Dyloh's going to try and get another solo play here. He's dribbling it with no boost. A pinch out from Eli, getting revenge from demoed earlier. A crazy triple pinch off of the touch from Dyloh, who just kind of teed it up. And Flippa read it just a little bit too late, didn't get the angle that they needed, and immediately just shot it out of the net.
We're seeing a lot of proactive defense like I was talking about from Andromeda. They are challenging hard and early and very willing to just straight up strip the ball off the top of the Imperators' cars.
Yeah, no, 100%. And it's that aggressive defense. It's that offensive, I say like offensive focused defense, as you see Dyloh get a breakaway play here and just extend that lead. Holy cow. But it's that offensively focused defense of shutting down the opportunities for the opponents to get scoring opportunities that then create the scoring opportunities themselves for the other team.
I'm really liking the team synergy too. Either the comms are improving or they're just getting better at reading each other on the pitch, because you saw Dyloh right there for the play stopping and immediately knowing it's his turn to go, and that none of Imperators are going to be watching for him. And now we're heading towards the last 30 seconds and it's 3-0. It's probably the largest lead all night, and right now the door is closing shut for Imperators. They need to make something happen fast.
Yeah, and what you're seeing here too is you're still seeing the scoring opportunities try and get presented, try and get made by Andromeda. Like we were talking about last game, you're not seeing a lot of bang away plays. You're seeing a lot of trying to keep the ball close. They just kind of recognize that they can't get those scoring opportunities made for Imperators, and they can't just rely on throwing the ball away. A little bit of an opportunity here as they're trying to get it. A crazy place in the corner. Who knows what's happening? 0 seconds now. Do they get one for the road? They might actually pop it off and get one for the road. It gets met down in the middle again. Ball's bouncing, gets popped off again. Doggo's got no boost to chase it down. Doesn't quite get to it in time. And Andromeda's going to walk away with a pretty dominant display and victory here in Game 4.
Puts them on set point too. Match point, champion point, season point, everything point. And this is not where Imperators wanted to be. They wanted to be the ones staring down the barrel of coming away with the championship, especially with how long a winning streak they've had. They were 17-3 over the past 5 matches coming in, like you said. And something interesting I'm seeing too is at the beginning, I said taLz was going to have an exhausting timeout and that Andromeda were going to be interested in taking him out and focusing on him. And what did we see all of that game? People were not letting taLz do anything.
Oh, 100% right. We didn't see a lot of opportunities for Imperators to get set up really at all. We're going to have to see what kind of adjustments they make going into their last chance here to get back in the fight. I think we're going to see Doggo and Flippa do a lot more synergy. Try and, like you said, try and get some breathing room for taLz here and try and create those scoring opportunities. The three looks like we're getting a sub actually, so we're gonna have to see what kind of changes get made. They didn't announce who it is. It's gonna be interesting, but Imperators gonna be making a sub here as we go into their last chance. Gonna see who lines up. We're waiting for them to get into the lobby now. But like I was saying, this kind of like 3-stack rotation, Imperators have not really had a lot of success with. So who do you bring in? Do you bring in somebody that can just hold the line on defense and allow 2 players to play up? They're bringing in Luminati jumping in here, already lining up. They're going to be good to go.
Luminati's been an all-star before, so I'm not surprised by this choice, really. Hard to say how he's been doing over this season, but he has really been a strong presence for this team in the past and in RSC in general. And obviously, at this point, when you're 3-1 and about to lose the championship, having only won, the first game? I believe maybe even, it was the second, I'm sorry. You want to freshen things up. You want to break the momentum. You want to force something new to happen.
Yeah, fresh blood, fresh energy is exactly what they're going to need. They sat Doggo, who was really instrumental in helping create synergy and create momentum, but they weren't ultimately able to walk away with any really clear victories. So they're hoping this fresh blood and energy can kind of disrupt Andromeda. You see Flippa go in the corner here, tries to take it up, tries to get it over 1, gets it over 1, kind of stalls out. It's going to be trying to get over 2, and that's an open net that they're going to have to try and come back and save. Luminati making a stance early, getting that early save, and sending the ball across the field. Eli has to chase it down and try and pinch it out, control it a little bit. Luminati going off the wall and waiting, going to be coming down here, trying to pinch it off his teammate. Flippa's up for the double, gets it off 1. Can he get the second one? He gets it, and it's in!
Oh, wow. He resets it. He gets the flip reset. He sends it up into the ceiling, and that's how he pinches it down. And you can see that the defenders are stuck in net looking up at it. If you're in ball cam, that is so awkward to play in because your perspective is so skewed, and it's very hard to read where the ball is in relation to your car.
Yeah, and it's so awkward for them too. They jumped on the second hit, not realizing that there was a third one coming in, and Flippa took advantage of that as he pulled them off. Second shot goes in. Luminati already up, going for the corner, doesn't quite get the drill in. Imperators getting a lead for the first time in a couple games here, and it's almost immediately taken away as it gets knocked away. Luminati on all sides of the ball right now, coming in strong as that new sub.
That makes sense. That makes sense. On a long set like this, you get a long time to get used to how your opponents play, to get used to how they think, to get a hang for their strategy, especially when you've already faced them in the regular season like these two have. So when you switch things up a bit, you're going to create an adjustment period. And Dancing Duck is going to try to stop that from being any longer than they need it to be. That's played straight off, and you're seeing some of the boost management problems because Luminati lands in midfield with no boost, and you have 2 of the defenders just stuck in the same little quadrant of the field. There's no way you can defend when you're shaped like that.
Yeah, and Dancing Duck is very quickly becoming one of my picks here for MVP of this series just by his consistency and being able to maintain pressure and kind of disrupt pressure, and also just being a really great support player, which is something I definitely look for whenever I watch these matches, is who's going to help the team maintain the synergy, maintain the offensive pressure. Dancing Duck has been damn near in the right spot almost every time.
Yeah, if you want to be a selfish player, there is ones. You can play by yourself all you want and play this like it's a fighting game. But when you're in threes, when you're in the main format of Rocket League competition, it's all about what you can do for your team, not what your team can do for you. And right now, Flip is trying his damnedest to get a hand on the ball. taLz gets it sent away. It's straight to Dyloh. Gets a little bump, tries to set things up, gets bumped in midair, stays in control. Luminati with a fantastic placement to get in goal. Have you ever seen a little move like that?
That was smooth, man. That was amazing. It resulted in a bang out and a 50 that just kind of floated out to the corner. But the speed and foresight to see where that ball was going. A flip reset now from Eli
Oh,
that I
that
don't
was
think anybody
nasty.
saw. Grabs it off the corner, fakes out the 50 that they were anticipating, gets a flip reset, immediately throws it
Yeah,
high.
yeah.
Nobody can get up to touch it.
It's because of taLz there, not because taLz did anything inherently wrong, but the fact that he's forced to drive straight towards net and then jump upwards and backwards like that, that's an awful direction to try to challenge an air dribble like that. And if there was a defender more towards net, along with the second one who came up, that's easier to try to save. taLz really was in a no-win situation there.
Yeah, no, it's a tough place to be in for sure, and it's definitely tough to give up the tie there. Going down 2-1 now. Andromeda on the lead, on the hunt for the victory to seal the deal here with just a minute 45 left, which we've talked about timing and how important it is in these matches. Despite us saying that like 20 seconds is a lot of time, 137 doesn't feel like a lot of time right now.
It depends on who's up. If you're up, it feels like forever. If you're down, it feels like 2 seconds. That is time relativity for you. Einstein said once, if it's when you're talking with a pretty girl for 30 minutes and it feels like 30 seconds, and you have your hand on a hot stove for 30 seconds and it feels like 30 minutes.
Einstein said that?
Yeah, that's how he explained relativity.
You know what? I believe it. You know what? Fine, I believe it. Ball bounces wide here. Dancing Duck getting a scoring opportunity potentially off the backboard. It's going to bounce up, and taLz burns all his boost trying to knock that away. Just fighting for any ounce of ground here. Imperators are on the defense for the last minute as we see this minute mark count down. They've got to make a play here. They've got to get that ball across. That whiff is not going to help them out too much. Luminati not quite able to get hands on it. Flippa staying on the sidewall here. taLz bouncing it up. taLz now by himself, though. That 50 goes wide. And look at this positioning by Luminati, though. Immediately read that, got up back on it. Doesn't quite do anything for them, unfortunately, and that ball's back in their corner. 30 seconds now. A breakaway play potentially, though, from Flippa. Is he going to try and stunt on them again? He gets it off the sidewall. It doesn't go where it needs to go. Bounced out.
Hurts.
No boost. Demo's coming out now, finally, as we start to see some breaks in the action. And Flippa going up again, trying to get something going here. Sets it up for Luminati. Gets knocked down again. Dyloh, 10 seconds left. Ball's in the orange side of the corner. The tying opportunity is right now. They've got to try and make the play. taLz going up to get the setup. Gets met in the 50. Luminati rolls it mid. Here's Flippa with the redirect off the backboard. It's going to go wide. Can they keep it alive with 0 seconds? No, it's going to go down, and Andromeda's going to take it after a harrowing 30 seconds of gameplay to finish off the series.
That has to be the most painful possible way for Imperators to lose the championship, because several points in that 30 seconds, they have the setup to get a goal in, but players are either too far away, in a wrong part of the pitch entirely, or they got bumped or demoed. It's that exact proactive defense we were talking about all set, and Andromeda coming away to really show that, just as they looked to be at the start of this when we looked at their stats, the better team.
Yeah, no, 100%. And you know what? You say stats don't always tell the story. They didn't quite tell the story here, but it was those little variances and differences that just led to Andromeda being a more complete team tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, we saw incredible stuff from individual players on Imperators, especially Luminati, who, in my opinion, maybe should have been in there from game one, maybe game two. But oh my goodness, they were just so complete, Andromeda here. They were on the ball constantly. And we're about to hear from the 4-time champion himself, DJDancingDuckGif. At any moment, he's going to come in, and we'll see which way he sides on the GIF versus GIF war. Congratulations, Captain.
Dancing Duck GIF, congratulations. How you doing? Hey, first off, is it GIF or GIF? Because now we're fighting in the chat here.
I say GIF. I think people that say GIF are weird. That's the peanut butter bread.
Are you tired of it yet, Dancing Duck? 4 times now you've got this under your belt. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great, but Fusion has 5, so now we're going for 5.
Of course.
You're not going to
Luck
immediately
is.
retire like Fusion, are you? Like, please don't do that to us. 2 of our best players just leaving the second they get a championship.
I mean, we'll see. If they keep me master, I'll keep playing. But Prem, that's where I cross the line.
At that point, maybe
crazy-
you start thinking about it in RLCS.
Yeah,
Honestly,
right.
They
A
might need
crazy set of games here, Dancing Duck. Want to say congratulations. Some really standout plays. We were talking about you a little bit, just helping to keep synergy, keep momentum. What was your team's thoughts going into this series? You guys tied 2-2 with Imperators in the regular season. You saw them on the other side of the field lining up tonight. What were you guys talking about?
So I was a late season addition. I got cut very early on into the season. I sat as an FA for a while, and then they asked me to join up with them. We tried some scrims, and it was great. Both of my teammates are the two best players in the tier, so I pretty much just had to not be bad. And I'm glad that I was able to not be a bad teammate. And I mean, you guys saw, everybody saw, that when they're in the air, there's no stopping them at all.
Hmm.
And I
Yes.
think that we just flooded them too much, and it just feels great to bring it home.
Yeah, that is the one thing that K-Vox made note of early on in our sort of analysis was the proactive defense we kept coming back to, shutting down the plays
Hmm.
before they could even really start. And you guys just did a fantastic job of that.
Yeah, I think it just came down to they were very solid defensively, but anytime that they fell there was a crack in the defense, it was just very quick to take advantage. And I feel like defensively we were pretty much a brick wall, as I'd like to put it. And I mean, the 4-1 I think is a little inflated on how they actually played. I thought they played very well. It's just the capitalizing on mistakes because we made a couple of mistakes, but I don't think it was really capitalized.
You've actually run into this team before you drew in the regular season. When it became possible for you to run into them in bracket here, because obviously nobody can tell how the entire tournament's going to turn out. But did you have any plans for if you were to meet Imperators again? Have you been reviewing your previous match at all? Any thoughts you had coming in?
We actually didn't. I actually thought that Shark Attack was gonna face us in the finals, so I was a little
Hmm.
surprised to see that Imperators took them in 7. But I think just we are just a very we'll go into scrims and we'll be like that full first hour. I know some teams just don't like care that much, but we'll take the first hour very seriously, get our wins, get our warm up. We didn't really do much replay review, but we just got to take that time to get because I was late season joined, so I got to get the team chemistry up. So I think it just came down to getting the comms up, getting the chem up, which really helped us.
Yeah,
I
you guys did.
did know. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say you guys look like a very, very complete team out there. It was really entertaining to watch you guys and see some of that synergy come through. So it's evident in how you guys played tonight.
I
I
appreciate it.
did. Oh, I should actually let you answer, shouldn't I? So sorry.
Go
What I
ahead,
was gonna say
K-Vox.
was I actually noticed that partway through the series, your team's chemistry and coordination actively noticeably leveled up. Did you focus on improving comms at all? Was there a meeting between games like, hey, we have to sharpen up comms and coordination, or did it just sort of develop that way?
Well, I think we all remember the three-person pinch that was
Hmm.
pre-jumped.
Hmm.
That was not planned. That was just not planned.
Calculated.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
that
I
was a
think
crazy
the
play.
best answer to that question is I think we just felt stronger as the games went on, just getting more games. Because some of the plays were a little questionable, but they worked.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. Well, we're gonna let you go and get ready for the next one. We got prospect coming in. Anything else you want to say to finish off the season? Any shout outs?
Shout out, I'm old Greg. He's gonna unretire because he found out that I won again. Other than that, good luck with your prospect finals, and have a good night, everybody.
Thanks,
You as
Dancing Duck.
well.
And congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, that's gonna wrap it up for the master tier. What an absolute cinema level
Oh yeah,
entertainment here out of that. That was super exciting. And
it
perhaps
was.
just as exciting and maybe a little bit crazier, we got the prospect here coming up, which I can lead some insight into having been in that tier all this season as well. Going to be really exciting. We're going to take a quick break to get back into the action here, get things set up again. We don't want to see any of you guys go anywhere as we finish out this night of finals.